At this time, I would like to call on your VFW Commander-in-Chief, Tim Borland, for his remarks to this wonderful convention. Commander-in-Chief.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I am humbled to be standing here in front of you today, looking out there at the veterans of foreign wars. All of you are part of this organization. I thank you so much for this. Thank you. I would like to thank past Commander-in-Chief Tom Pouliot of Montana for nominating and installing me, and my Chief of Staff, Cynthia Archuleta of Arizona, for the second. It's truly an honor to have both of you as part of my election as Commander-in-Chief of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States. Thank you. I would like to thank the comrades from James R. Bob Curio Post 9972 in Sierra Vista, Arizona, where I've been a life member since 2000. District 7, the Department of Arizona, the Western Conference, council members from 2012 and 16 who I served with, and the commanders from class 2011-2012 who I call my cousins. And everyone I met along the way, thank you so much. I thank my friends and family who are attended here today. I thank the Mockastet family, very true friends who I call brothers, sisters, and part of the family. If they may rise to be recognized, we have Peter Sr. and his wife Dee Dee, and their son and daughter-in-law, Peter Jr. and Katie. Thank you so much for attending. My daughter Leah, and I want to hear it. My daughter Leah served 6 years in the United States Air Force. And then immediately upon leaving the Air Force, she went to college, got her LPN and RN degrees in just 2 years. She just graduated this past June in Dayton, Ohio, where she now works proudly as an RN in the oncology clinic, helping children deal with their cancers. Thank you, baby, for what you do, and I love you. Then my son Levi and my granddaughter Sarah Mae. Levi is a 3-year Marine Corps veteran and owner of Sierra Vista News Network, a social media site with local news and updates. Levi and my granddaughter Sarah live in Sierra Vista, Arizona, with my beautiful daughter-in-law Sasha, who could not be here today. Thank you too, Levi, for your service, and Sarah, who is 8 years old, for being my sweet granddaughter you are. I love you both. At home in Sierra Vista, and unable to be with us today, is my son and daughter-in-law, Jonathan and Nicole Jesse, who are responsible for our other 3 grandchildren. Yes, we have another Leah, 14 years young, Ava, 8, and our little Nathan, who just turned 1 on March 13th this year. I am sure they are all watching on live stream. Jonathan also spent 3 years in the United States Marine Corps. I love you all. Then there's my wife, Shannon. Shannon has been the hell and back, believe me. I have been stressed, angered, and saddened, and Shannon has always been there for me to lift my spirits. She keeps moving me forward with positive attitude. She might not know this, but Shannon, you are my rock, and I love you. Lastly, I would like to thank the delegates attending the 123rd National Convention here and on live stream. Without all of you, the veterans of foreign wars would not exist. I work for you, the members of the veterans of foreign wars. I will lead by example and from the front. I will not ask you to do something I haven't done or willing to do myself. My slogan this year is "Every Veteran Counts." It's our service to country and courage to defend that country that makes us veterans. Every veteran from every war, conflict are important. Let all veterans know that we thank them for their service, honor their bravery, and respect them as true heroes. And to spread this word even further is why I chose the word veteran in our Voice of Democracy Scholarship Program and our Patriot Pen essay competitions. The theme for this year's Voice of Democracy is "Why is the veteran important?" And my theme for the Patriot Pen essay contest is "My pledge to the veteran." These two themes will give the children of our future a better perspective of why America is free. It's about time the word veteran is back in our classrooms. Our children and the future of our great country need to believe that every veteran counts. I want to congratulate my new team. Senior Vice Commander-in-Chief Dwayne Sarmiento of New Jersey, Junior Vice Commander-in-Chief Al Liphart of Georgia, Quartermaster General Mark Aduno of Delaware, as in General Dan West of Texas, and Carol Whitmore of Iowa, who was just endorsed by the Big Ten Conference as their next choice for Junior Vice Commander-in-Chief designee for 2023-2024. And if God willing, I'm proud to say this, if she makes Commander-in-Chief in 2025-2026, she will be our first female veteran to lead this organization into the future. I also congratulate my appointees, Chief of Staff Cynthia Archuleta, who gave the second yesterday. I thank you, from Arizona. Our Inspector General Sean Watson from Guam. Budget and Finance Chairman Tim Peters from Montana. And a shout out to my commanders of 2022-2023 Borland's Brigade. They chose that name, not me. I have to live with it, and I'm going to live with it with honor. You and all of you being here today, congratulations. Congratulations to our posts, our districts, and our department commanders. You are all part of a huge team. Then making it even bigger is the VFW Auxiliary. I would like to congratulate Jane Reep from the Department of New York as our national president, and her secretary and treasurer, Ann Pakalikas of Missouri, along with their entire team. May we both, the VFW comrades and the VFW Auxiliary, work side by side as one huge team. Team that means to me, together everyone achieves more. Because every veteran counts. I am humbled and honored to join alongside a group of commanders, comrades, brothers, and sisters who are focused on executing the mission and strengthening the ranks of our great organization. It's time for us to focus on today and into the future. Do not judge appearances, but judge the right judgment. We shall not discriminate on the basis of race, color, religion, gender, age, national origin, disabilities, marital statuses, sexual orientation, or military branch of service you choose in any of our duties as a comrade of the Veterans of Foreign Wars. Discrimination will not be tolerated. All veterans are equal. Do not let petty jealousies or trivial personalities influence our deliberations. Period. There's a new wave of veterans that have returned home from the wars of Iraq and Afghanistan, and they're ready, willing, and waiting to join our ranks. One of those veterans is standing right here behind this podium. I am a proud Iraq veteran and your first as Commander-in-Chief of the Veterans of Foreign Wars. We must let the 9/11 veterans know that the Veterans of Foreign Wars was founded in 1899 by just 13 Spanish-American war heroes for the reason to help the veteran with the care they so honorably deserve and without discrimination or judgment when coming home from war. Yes, history does repeat itself, and yes, we've heard the stories from the past and the present, how different generations serving are treated when they try to join the VFW or a local post. Remember how you were treated, comrades, and I'm not just talking about the Vietnam veteran. We are all guilty of discrimination in some way or another, sometime in our lives. Unfortunately, as generations die, new arise, we still have the same history, treating the younger generations as if they are kids. Bottom line, treat others how you want to be treated. Soon the Iraq and Afghanistan troops in large numbers will want to join the Veterans of Foreign Wars. Just like the Gulf War veteran, the Vietnam War veteran, the Korean War veteran, the World War II veteran, and so on did, and again in very large numbers. Just because post-9/11 veterans serving today, returning home from conflict, still wear the uniform and most likely do not have a DD-214 doesn't mean that they're not veterans. We must remind them all that veterans are equal and that all veterans who served our country to preserve and defend the United States from all enemies are welcome to join our ranks. We just got to get out there and shake their hands, welcome them home, show our support, and guide them in their needs. Remember those that served before us so we can respect those that served later. When I entered high school, I remember the end of the Vietnam War. I remember telling my dad that when I was old enough that I was going to join the service because I didn't like the way the Vietnam veteran was treated, and I didn't understand how our country could be so horrible to them. To me, it was disrespectful and unwanted. We should have thanked them and welcomed them home. They were just kids, no older than when all of us joined. Remember that. They were just kids. Well, that time came for me, and after my junior year in high school, the summer of 1979, and barely a man at 17 years old, I ended up in the recruiter's office being interviewed to join the Army. I was instructed to take my test and then off to the recruiter's office again to find out what I qualified for. And then that's where it all began. You know how recruiters tell fibs? Just a little bit to get their quotas. You know how they tell you everything you want to hear but not what you need to hear? Well, that happened to me. I was told that I was going to go to Florida and spend my time in air-conditioned condos on the beach. And I seriously believed them. To my surprise, here comes Tank Hill in South Carolina, in a 40-man bay with no air conditioning in the middle of the summer. No condos or air conditioning there. Yes, recruiters fib just a little bit. But what made it worse, comrades, brothers and sisters, my recruiter was my dad. Oh yeah, even my dad. My message is clear. I joined the Army because of the Vietnam veteran, and I still serve today because of the Vietnam veteran, who makes up the most of our population right now in the veterans of foreign wars. I thank you for your service, and I welcome you home. I encourage you to reach out to all our veterans, old and new, without bias. Let them know we appreciate them, want them to join, and that we understand they are raising families and have careers. Let them know that every qualified member who joins the VFW is a vote on the Hill when the Commander-in-Chief testifies on behalf of all of us. Priorities that are focused solely on our veterans, military, spouses, and their families. I know we talked a lot about the Honor and the Pact Act of 2022, so I will keep it brief, but I must give a big shout out to our soon-to-be past Commander-in-Chief, Fritz Miheljic, who in March this past year testified in front of the 117th Congress during a special joint hearing of the House and Senate Committees on Veterans Affairs on Capitol Hill. I commend Chief Miheljic for his professional testimony, which lit the fire in Congress. As you know, it was the PACT Act first passed by the House of Representatives, and then it was sent back to the Senate. In June, the Senate passed the bill with amendments, and then it returned it to the House for a final vote. However, a procedural rule held up the bill from going forward, so the House passed another version and returned it to the Senate. As of today, the PACT Act is pending Senate's final vote before it goes and gets placed on President Biden's desk for signature. The PACT Act is a pivotal piece of legislation that will provide health care and benefits for our veterans who suffer from conditions related to toxic exposures, to include burn pits. If you are exposed to toxins while serving in our country, you deserve the benefits you own, period. No exceptions. You have my word. We will not let your voice be ignored. If for some reason it continues to be amended or pushed back and forth, I personally guarantee you that I and our DC team will fight this. We will not let this bill die. That's my word to past Commander-in-Chief Fritz Miheljic and to all of you. Another important bill amongst many is the Major Richard Starr Act. Our nation's combat disabled veterans are being denied full access to their hard-earned benefits. Over 50,000 medically retired veterans, many of them who are Purple Heart recipients, are forbidden from receiving their full retirement pay and disability compensation. The VFW firmly believes that your military retirement pay and your service-connected disability compensation pay are two different benefits, and they should be two different payments. The VFW demands that Congress includes the Major Richard Starr Act as an amendment in the National Defense Authorization Act of 2023. I encourage all of you to use the Action Corps and get this passed. Again, our veterans deserve the benefits they earned. We push both of these important bills because every veteran counts. We are going to use that term everywhere we go because every veteran does count. Congratulations to the 19 departments, 150 districts, and over 700 posts who made All-American this year. A special congratulations goes out to the Department of Montana for leading this organization again with 102.91%. And a special congratulations, comrades, goes out to the Department of Arizona for 55 consecutive years at 100% or more in strength. Our work is not done. Last year, we finished with just over 1,018,000 members, but unfortunately lost just over 76,000 members, both life and animal, due to death from a national data scrub the VFW conducted this past year. If that doesn't concern you, I don't know what will. I have provided department commanders with the new membership numbers and strengths as of July 1st this year, and they know what to do with it. Here's some more statistics. From last year's numbers, we only had 8,358 members that recruited just one member. Out of over 1 million, just 8,358. That's under 1%, comrades, 0.008% to be exact. Think if we could just increase that or triple that to 3% of our current membership to recruit one member. That will give us an additional 28,000 members that we can recruit. One more statistic that needs to improve drastically is our posts not recruiting or retaining any members at all. There were 2,109 posts that didn't recruit one new member. There was 2,871 posts that didn't reinstate one member. That's almost 5,000 members we missed out on this past year. As your commander-in-chief, I will not let this happen again. I encourage everyone to recruit and retain members this year. If we focus on these three areas alone and consistently do what we have done in the past with the recruiters who work membership every day, we could increase our numbers from last year 33,000 members plus. Too many of our members slip out the back door because we simply don't engage with them. This year, I have developed a new idea, and that idea is the one membership pin. I encourage all of you in this room to recruit just one. It can be a neighbor, a brother, a sister, an aunt, or an uncle. It can be that veteran you see walking in Walmart with a veteran's hat. Then I encourage you to take that one member and take them to recruiting events, post meetings, buddy poppy events, memorial services, and veteran services. Show them what we do so they will do it themselves. Mentorship is huge. One member, mentor them. Remember history repeating itself, comrades? Well, this is where the comrades from post 9/11 will start joining our ranks. By being visual, conducting more recruiting drives, carrying at least one application with you or the app, and by displaying passion through respect for all generations, we will rebuild. Remind them that every veteran counts. Display a good vibe, not a negative one. We all need to lead by example, and that starts right here from the top. I will lead. It's time for a new generation, but not forgetting the old. It's time to pass the torch, but at the same time, remember and appreciate the torch being passed and by whom. You see, comrades, brothers and sisters, every veteran in this room counts, and so do the ones we need to seek. Our Senior Vice Commander-in-Chief, Dwayne Sarmiento, and our Junior Vice Commander-in-Chief, Al Liphart, believe that the three of us as a team, working together, can reach 102 plus in membership each. That means a focus for the next 3 years, which should once again put us over 1 million members strong. Membership is my #1 priority as your Commander-in-Chief. It will not be ignored, nor will any eligible veteran out there be ignored. No one does more for veterans than the veterans of foreign wars, so let's live up to that and show them that every veteran counts. Before I close, I got to tell you just one short recruiting story. Now, comrades, I have many stories, but as I promised, it's going to be short. My wife and I were flying back from Kansas City from Jane Reep's National President's Senior Vice Conference this year, and we landed in Dallas-Fort Worth. And we were hustling to catch that Skylink for our next terminal, and when we got on, there was this young man sitting on the bench. He saw us get on. He immediately got up and offered that seat to my wife so that both of us can sit down together. I immediately thanked him. He noticed my shirt I was wearing. And believe me, comrades, I have like 3 or 4 of these, but my shirt said, "We are still serving." So he asked me, "Did you serve?" I chuckled and said, "Yes, sir. Army, Iraq. Did you?" He responded, "Yes, sir. Space Force, Iraq." I go, "Space Force, Iraq? Did you have prior service, sir?" And he goes, "Yes, sir, Air Force." That's where I got my Iraq service. I thanked him immediately for his service, and then I looked him straight in the eyes, and I said, "How would you like to be my very first Space Force member to join the veterans of foreign wars?" He immediately replied with yes. So I pulled out that application real quick. I showed him how to fill it out. I reviewed it, turned it over, had him date and sign it. I stood up, I thanked him, I gave him my business card, and then my wife and I proceeded off the Skylink for our next flight. Comrades, that took just 2 minutes of my time. Just 2 minutes. The message here I'm setting is if you carry an application or have your app with you and be prepared at all times, we can recruit anyone at any time. The most important thing is to listen and give feedback to those comrades that you're talking to. Even Space Force comrades, that just goes to show you, every veteran counts. I can't tell you enough how honored and humbled I am to be your Commander-in-Chief. It's a dream come true. I dedicate my service to you because, as our Senior Vice Commander-in-Chief has said many times, I serve for you. Well, we serve for you. I wish the best to any of you out there in the audience today that have that passion to one day run for this honorable position. Up till now, I had no idea how it would feel. From the bottom of my heart to yours, I sincerely thank you for the continued support and look so forward to working with all of you. My commanders have a mission this year to recruit, retain, and lead from the front. They and I both will set the example for others to follow. We will continue to push legislation on the Hill, continue to work our programs, continue to honor the dead by helping the living, and we will continue to remind everyone that we are the veterans of foreign wars, the most elite combat veterans organization in the entire world. We will continue to recruit and mentor to recruit others. So put your recruiting and retention plans to work. Draw upon each other for ideas to help develop new strategies, new tactics, and unique ways of membership and programs. Lastly, once again, I want to thank all of you for being here at the 123rd National Convention. To me, it is truly an honor to be standing behind this podium, looking out in the audience at all of you. Thank you for what you do for our veterans. May God bless you, our families, our military, past and present. May God bless those still in harm's way. Please keep them safe. May God bless our Gold Star families, the veterans of foreign wars, our flag, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much, comrades. It's an honor.